All right, what's up? Welcome to the Gossip Intellectual Podcast with your comedian Royce Wynn. That's me. I'm here. Today I'm here. We're doing what we do, talking about sports, entertainment, politics. We love it. Fun times. I'm having fun, man. Learning the podcast game, getting better and better, improving, engaging. Didn't have to show up today. I'm sick. A little nasally. Sorry for the nasally podcast today. But, you got to push yourself. You got to do things when you're not feeling the best. Show up when you're 70%, 50%, 30%. Your soul grows. Your spirit grows. Everything grows. When you do it when it's hard, when it's not easy, when you could have just been laying in the bed drinking Robitussin. But I wanted to show up. I wanted to make sure I do things, when I'm not feeling the best. So when I am feeling the best, I'm 10 times better. Right? So yeah, obstacles this week. Had to go out of town. Had friends coming in town. So, been trying to move around. Not able to do my daily routine. And everything's not picture perfect, but that's okay. The best they perform when things aren't the greatest, right? Michael Jordan flu game. I feel like that reference is getting a little old, but everybody's heard about it, right? We all watched The Last Dance, okay? So you 12-year-olds know. So yeah, man. Happy to be mostly healthy. Nothing too big. A little bit of a cold that happens. Was in Port Authority and Union Station, so I'm pretty sure I got into one of those two places where millions of people go every week. But I've been resting up, getting better. Definitely coughs are not as strong, sneezes are not as strong. We'll see how long I could talk before something gets irritated. But yeah, I think I feel like I'm having growth and moving in the right direction. I've been having some deja vus. What's weird about my deja vu? I've been getting deja vus since I was a kid. I don't know if anybody else. Like I would dream something, then it would happen the next day. Or I just always felt like this weird energy when I was in a place. But now my deja vus are in one specific place. It's when I'm watching Netflix. Okay? Not when I'm watching Amazon. Not when I'm watching Peacock. When I'm watching Netflix. So I don't know if Netflix has gone to some type of crazy mind control where they're making you feel like you watched their series before, so you watch it more. But that's what's happening to me. I know. It sounds a little crazy, okay? This is a comedian podcast. I'm a little crazy. Okay? But every time I'm watching, I'm like, I've seen this before. Did I see this ad? And I look for the ad. I can't fucking find it. What is going on? I never know what's going on in my brain. Or the writing and the shows are just that good that it just feels like you've seen this before, but you haven't. It's just, they're painting the picture so well and so familiar that you're just like, you know what? I feel like I've seen this before. This happens before. It's like, no, it's just real life. That's just how real life goes. It's just somebody has had a lot of life experiences or studied the world and humanity in a way where they put out a great series. And Royce is sitting on his couch thinking he's having deja vus, but he's just watching a damn good show. So salute to you. The most recent show this week. Shit. Nobody wants to hear this, or nobody wants this. I think it's Nobody Wants This with Kristen Bell, and I forgot the other dude, the rabbi. And I was like, oh, I'm a good person. I'm like the rabbi, and I live in New York, and I'm always dating crazy girls like that. So I know girls that are a little wild like that. Probably not true. Probably not as much as the rabbi as I think. The girls are probably not as much as Kristen Bell. But Kristen Bell, I think that's her name. Great job. Fell in love with her again. The bubbly, funny, cute, That always gets me. I like everything, but that I think that's my favorite. I think if you ask, that would be my type. But I was like, I need to stop dating short girls because I feel like the short people in general are just a little crazy. Like, they always got tempers. They're always defensive. Like, Royce, stay away from the short girls. Go 5'7" and up. But the cute bubbly is so attractive. Okay. So yeah, I got that off my chest. And, people get stuff off their chest. That's what you do as an artist. And this week, J. Cole got it off his chest a couple of days ago. Let's talk about J. Cole. Okay, so J. Cole dropped Port Antonio, which, I don't know. I was watching the Breakfast Club. They said it's a city in Jamaica, right? I was like, Antonio, shouldn't it be more of a Jamaican name? Okay, Port Frank or something. Port Lucas, don't they like Bible names? Why would they name it Antonio? Okay, that's a port in America. That's a port out of Florida. Anyway, so shout out to J. Cole. Great beat. It was like a little bit of a mix of one of the beats off of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album, I think. And he got things off his chest, right? And I think the whole song basically was about, he's thinking about how far he's come. So I guess he was in Jamaica just reminiscing and just being like, man, I came a long way. We watched it. We've basically grown up with J. Cole. I said this about Big Sean. He's basically like a cousin at this point. And we watched him grow from New York to this huge, struggling in New York, going to St. John's. And I remember one of the girls on the Breakfast Club says she went to St. John's because of J. Cole. And now he's a global star. That was part of the biggest rap beef in the world. Probably the biggest rap beef ever with social media and how we're all on our phones. And he addressed the rap beef. Okay? And he said, basically, I had to make a choice. Am I going to lose a friend or lose a rap battle? People took it very personally that he said he wouldn't have lost the rap battle. I thought it was just a clever way to say it. You're a rapper. You have bravado. Like, what do you want him to say? Like, yeah, I was about to lose a rap battle and I was scared to lose, so therefore I chose friendship. Like, he's not going to say it like that. He's going to say it like, yeah, dog, I would have won a rap battle. I would have mixed up my friends, shot out my friends rap-wise, and then I would have lost a friend. That's how he's going to say it. He's a rapper at the end of the day, okay? Back school rapper or not, he's still a rapper, okay? Still throw that big dick energy on the verse, okay? Shouted out Drake, gave Drake some encouragement. People thought that was weak. I think Drake's feeling salty. But I think at the end of the day, people look at Drake as a child, okay? IG model as a man. And they look at J. Cole as a mature, well-rounded, thoughtful, peaceful man. And that's a thoughtful, peaceful man response. Dog, you might be mad, whatever. We made our choices. Look how far we've come. Okay? I loved what he said. As an artist, don't forget why you're doing this. And I think that was the point of the whole song. Don't forget why you started rapping, who you're rapping for. You had something in your heart and your soul that you wanted to share that you knew would help other people. Okay? Because at the end of the day, are you really doing this just to be the best rapper? No, you're doing this as an artist. You're extra sensitive. Okay? By nature, you're an empath. You feel what's going on in the world. You have something to say. And that's why God gave you that gift. So you could say it and touch people and make them see things in a different way. Move people to do things. A lot of times artists do go into political work. I think artists should stay on the artist side and take what the politicians say and put it in your art. And that's what he did. So salute to J. Cole. But the song is great. He's rapping on the song, and that's what we want. Okay? And he's rapping like a rapper. No rapper is going to say, I'm not the best. Okay? It's rap. Okay? I'm in the comedy world. It's funnier to be self-deprecating and make fun of yourself. Okay? It's just weird when you're just like, I'm the best comedian now. Some people do it, like Cat Williams have a lot of bravado. But it's funnier to make fun of yourself. He's a rapper. Nobody wants a low self-esteem rapper. Okay? All right, we have a couple of, well, a lot of them are doing the depressed lean music, right? Which is not fun. Okay? I'm riding my bike like, I don't want to hear this. I'm going to get in a fucking accident. Because my energy is depleting listening to this sad-ass music. So, shout out to J. Cole, man. If you really listen to the song, he's happy. He's at peace. I came this far. The people still listen to me. I'm going to give you all these bars in case you forgot. And, people are saying he's still not number one. I am in that boat. I'm going to say you had a chance to battle. You did put out a song that was weak, that went through Kendrick's rap albums, which I don't know why you chose that angle. I mean, you're smarter than that. The guy has classic albums. But I think that's just a testament to how Teflon tough Kendrick Lamar is. He's legit. It's hard to find stuff on him, okay? He came up in it. He's really from the rap, hip-hop world, gang life, and he can rap his ass off, and he puts out good projects. So it's like, what do you got on the guy, right? Drake couldn't find anything. The more I listen to the Drake songs, Family Matters and the other one, the Jingly Joint, I'm just like, none of this holds up. It's not that interesting anymore. Like, he was just looking for something. I think you abuse a wife. I don't think your kid is yours. Something. Let me find something. Yeah, and so J. Cole tried to take the album angle, didn't work, and then kind of backed out. So it's just like, yeah, you're not number one, but you're top five. You're top five, and don't stop rapping. Okay? I mean, it's just trash out here. I'm not inspired by none of this rap. I'll have fun to it. I'll listen to it while I'm cleaning up or, need something in the background. But am I inspired? No. So, Cole, keep at it. Okay, so people inspire people in different fields. And Kayla Nicole, I think, is an inspiration to all the influencers out there. Listen, she took that Travis Kelce relationship and she flipped it. And that's all you can ask in life. Flip your situation. Lemons in the lemonade, whatever it is. Flip it, make it better, move forward. Okay? So she took her relationship with Travis Kelce. She's the ex of Travis Kelce before Taylor Swift. Okay. Now, I will say she is getting a lot of unfair criticism. And she hasn't been too annoying. She's done like a couple of little annoying posts. She did like a poetry slam video one time. But overall, she's better than DDG. She's been pretty quiet. But at the end of the day, she's an influencer. They said today that she's trying to be a sports broadcaster or is a sports broadcaster. So it's okay to, do an interview and talk about your life. And obviously the most interesting thing about her at the moment is her relationship with Travis Kelce or relationships. I mean, she's a beautiful girl. People want to know, who she's dating and all that. So she sat down with Angel Reese and she said that an ex who people found out very fast was Iman Shumpert, who she dated. She moved to New York for him, and I guess she had heard things or people were saying things in the news that he was dealing with somebody, and she kept asking him about it. He denied it, and then that person happened to be Tiana Taylor. It just doesn't stop with Iman. He's a cheater this week. He's a cheater next week. He's a cheater the following week. It blows my mind about Iman because he did seem like a good guy. I mean, from the reality show, they had the baby on the floor in the tub or something like that. I mean, the guy was there for his girl. He was in the papoose lane. All the girls were just like, I want a man like him. Right? Then his lips just turned super black. He stopped cutting his hair and everything went left. Now he's on the beach with Amber Rose. He's trying to take Tiana's old money. It's crazy. He's doing weird podcasts and bad sketches. So anyway, she said she dressed up as the person that he broke up with her for and ended up with, who was Tiana Taylor, for Halloween. Okay, and her and Angel Reese made it known that probably it's not Travis Kelce. So the interneted. Okay, I saw this story at about 11:35. At 11:38, they had pictures of her in Tiana Taylor's Halloween outfit. Okay, now technically we could say it's not Tiana Taylor. All right, so we got to find other celebrity outfits of her, and maybe it could other outfits other celebrities that she dressed up as for Halloween. And maybe it could have been them. But if that's the only one, then it's Tiana. Okay. And what year did that video come out? It's been a while. It's been like, I think 7 or 8 years ago. So, or maybe 4 or 5. So, that sounds crazy. Now, the conversation was about, I think, have you done anything crazy for your ex? Do you have a crazy side? So, I don't know. Some men like crazy girls. They like the attention. They like the drama. Not for me. I don't like drama like that. I don't like playing games. I don't want you acting crazy like that. So people are just like, why would you say that out loud? Are you not embarrassed? You're a grown woman, but it's a lot of grown men that think that's cute. So I might not hear it. Listen, I've said this before. She's gorgeous. Okay? Not gonna have a problem finding a man. Okay? But some people are gonna be like me, be a little turned off by it. That's wild. But I also have the comments to know every girl has a little crazy in them. Okay? I'm scared of every girl I know. I was with some friends this week, and it was a dude moving around wild. It was just sisters involved, and he was just moving back and forth. And I was just like, you're not afraid for your life? Like, girls are crazy. This is how you get stabbed. You don't read these stories? So I'm trying to find the most sane girl possible. Like I know every girl has a level of crazy, but I'm just like, if it's small, like, I don't know, when you get mad, you start buying a lot of plastic forks. I can deal with that. Plastic forks bounce right off your chest. Okay. But when you start dressing up as my next girlfriend, then that means, you might follow her, to her job or something. You might pop up. That's wild. Okay. And what are you trying to accomplish when you do that? When you dress up, like, are you trying to say I look better as her when I'm me? That's just a weird thing. Why not just be you? Right? I do think this generation of girls do not handle breakups well. Like, you guys always go straight to the internet or do something crazy or, start dating a lot, which, I don't think that makes you look more attractive. And a type of guy that's attracted to that stuff is probably a toxic guy. It's not the type of guy that you really, really want deep down inside. So just my opinion, my voice, little old voice, I would say the best thing to do is just be mature, grow, keep living your life. Guys will see that. Okay, we're not as dumb as you guys think. We do have a little bit of intuition too. Okay, and we'll be attracted, like, oh, look at her doing her thing, living her life. She looks peaceful over there. Maybe I want to go back over there. Like when you go on vacation and you leave. Now, if a hurricane hits a place, you be like, you know what? I'm not going back there. But if you leave and then you see a bunch of pictures and it's sunny, birds are chirping, people in the water, you're like, you know what? Well, not your water. You know what I mean. The beach water. Okay, if your beach is better, they'll go back. All right, that's all I have to say. Oh, I don't know. They talked about the 50-50 thing. She said that wasn't true. I think just do what's best for you for your relationship. I've seen all types of situations. Times are changing. Women are becoming more of the breadwinners, and just get with a person who's okay with the situation that y'all have, and y'all work it out. My thing is just give effort, be supportive of your partner, communicate. You know what I mean? And just don't use. Nobody wants to be used. That's the thing. Everybody's trying to use each other these days. Just be there. Show up for the person you chose to be with. All right. Okay. Other places you should always show up. Always show up to court when you have a court date. Diddy showed up to court. Whole family was there. Mom was there. Mom was getting heckled, which is weird. Why are you going to heckle the mom for being a mom? But I can understand. This is a triggering type of case. A lot of heinous things being accused of. So, but a mom is going to mom. Okay? Most of us who have moms will say, you know what? My son, my daughter is a good person, no matter how bad of the crime it is. Now, I did see some mamas in the comments saying you will be held accountable, but I'll visit you in jail. So, I wonder what type of mom. I have a crazy mom. I have a crazy mom who will be like, he didn't do it. I will do his time. But moms are delusional. I don't know. Comes with being a mom. That's why moms have the best holidays, right? So Diddy was in court. They said he looked happy. I don't think they said he Harlem Shaked, but they said he was in a good mood. And he gets a trial date for May 5th, which came pretty fast. Like, I think they were saying he was going to be in jail for a while. He's still trying to get bail. Doubt that happened. He got denied again for the third time, and I think they're going to try again in appeals court. So we're going to see what's going to happen with Diddy. So May 5th will be the most explosive court date. Somebody was saying it's bigger than OJ. I don't know if I was talking to my friend about that, but this is bigger than OJ, right? This may take down Hollywood. OJ took down himself and possibly a couple of other people, but he wasn't found guilty. But Diddy's taking down everybody. Now, the biggest thing is in this hearing, court day, whatever you want to call it, they said they have 95 or 96 electronics that they have to go through, which is just this whole case has just had alarming numbers. 1,000 bottles of baby oil, 3 mansions, and now 96 pieces of electronics. And it's just like, how much recording are you doing? Okay. I know you made a lot of albums, but it looks like you made more homemade videos. Jesus Christ. Because I'm like, all right, first of all, Diddy's old. I mean, not old, but he's like older than a technology. He's not a technology guy, right? He probably got his phone and his computer, right? That's 2. Okay. How do you get to 95? 96. Are you bugging the house? Like, Jesus Christ. Everything was bugged. I will never go to a Diddy party. If he gets out, I'm never going to a Diddy party. You got everything filmed. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, so they're getting their evidence together. That's why May 5th was the date. And so I don't know why Diddy's so happy. Okay? Maybe truly is in the spirit of love, but I would be afraid if they said they had 95 things, evidence. They already got the Cassie video. I mean, I don't know how strong a narcissist's brain works, but I'm like, you got to come down from narcissism to levelism to normalism, okay? Because this is serious, Diddy, okay? You talking about taking a stand like you can talk your way out of it. You're not that smooth. All right, they said you have problems talking to J-Lo. If you can't even talk cool to J-Lo, you can only do it through song, then how are you going to do it in court? Whatever. Take that. Be smooth. All right? Live your life. All right? Now, Tory Lanez, we saw how that ended. He was delusional, putting out songs, chastising the person, acting like he was innocent. 10 years. 2 hands. Okay? So, I don't know. Play around if you want to. All right? Gag orders are on both sides. All right? So, Diddy's lawyer did a TMZ interview. They're saying the feds put out the Cassie video, so they're saying nobody could put anything else out. Everybody keep everything in court. Now, so we'll see. Also, Diddy, you got to eat something because May is 7 months from now, so you're gonna have to eat that prison slop eventually, unless they're getting you. They're sneaking you burgers in. I don't know. Have you seen that picture with that dude? He's got like 100 Reese's Pieces. He had as much candy as Diddy had baby oil. And so maybe Diddy do candy or something. They can't poison candy. Right? Eat chocolate. So we'll see. Okay, so somebody who came out on his own, right? Wasn't made to go to court, was Obama. He did a speech in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I didn't get a chance to catch too much of it. I did see the clip that I think is the most popular, when he was saying, everybody was saying how I do remember the economy doing a little bit better and under Trump. It was like, because that was my economy. And then he looked to the side. Like, are you fucking kidding me? 8 years that I had to clean up the Republicans' mess. So that was a hilarious clip. It's just good to see Obama out there fired up. Ready to go. He was a little hesitant to endorse Kamala, but now he's going hard as hell, making the girls horny, with that fierce energy, that great speech voice, thing that inspires me. One of my biggest inspirations in the world. Okay, I don't care what you say. The guy changed the world with his dreams. So go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's like a 45-minute speech. Just debunking. That's what you need. We need fact checking. Okay? We're in a world where we need fact checkers. So he's out here fact checking because people seem to have forgotten everything that went wrong with the Trump presidency. I'm so glad that COVID thing came out where he sent the COVID test to Putin. Like, Trump did not handle the pandemic well. Okay? Lives were lost because we had a moron in office. What's the worst can happen? The worst fucking happened. All right. Anyway. Yeah, it's always good to hear from a former president who's competent, cognizant, aware. He talked a little bit about Florida and how misinformation can have people lose their lives. I mean, we're talking about immigrants, and Floridians are out there. I just watched a TikTok of a lady last night who was on the street trying to get her life together. I don't know if she won a lottery with her apartment or whatever, but she said it was really hard just to get barely, no pun intended, above water. Just to have a house with whoever she's living with, and, natural disaster because things aren't set up correctly in this country, in this world, and she didn't know what she was going to do. It was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to watch. So count your blessings, man. Be lucky if you got a place to stay. You're safe. You're not on the street, and a natural disaster hasn't put you out. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about Hurricane Milton. But good to see Obama out there. Just reminding people of what a good, responsible president is. All right. What a real leader is. Because people forget fast, right? When 24-hour news cycle. People forget fast. So get back. It's good to see Obama back out there in Pittsburgh, right? Hardworking town. Produces, blue collar people and Wiz Khalifa. Okay, so we need to hear from people. Okay, because we have a natural disaster. Hurricane Milton, one of the biggest hurricanes ever, but when it landed, it wasn't as big. So I think it went down to a 3, a 1. Either way, people lost their homes. We just talked about that. But it's just annoying to watch DeSantis going back and forth and politicizing it with Kamala Harris. Like, nobody wants to hear this. Okay? It's my town. I'm the leader. It's going my way. We don't give a fuck. Just get it done. Okay? What are you doing for people? All right? If Kamala's calling you, keep that between y'all. All right? If you got a job to do, any job you got to do, nobody wants to hear about the beef behind the scenes unless it's affecting the way you're working. And it's not. Okay? All he said was she wants to butt her nose in. Yeah, she's the vice president of the fucking United States. Of course, she's going to butt her nose in on a serious natural disaster. So that was annoying. It's annoying to watch Trump make up stuff and say that the money's going to immigrants. They're only getting $750, which actually everybody took that story. But as a president, you should not repeat the story if you know it's not true and you don't have all the facts. But I did run with that as well. I almost did a TikTok on it, but I just didn't have time. So the people in Florida are struggling. Biden's working to help them out. He told Trump to do something. The only thing I'll give Trump credit for, I think he did like open up a Mar-a-Lago hotel or something, and residents were able to get in there. But Kamala Harris said no price gouging. Don't try to make money off a disaster, which is how this country works. It's just crazy because we're going to talk about it in a second, but this whole TD Bank thing is just like, who is really running the world? How is the world really run? Because you grow up and they say, don't be a criminal, don't be a sneaky person, don't be a snake, and it seems those are the most successful people running the world behind the scenes. But anyway, so Kamala Harris said no price gouging, do not take advantage of people when they're vulnerable. Which is what she's trying to run on. She's trying to help the middle class, the vulnerable, the people that don't have as many resources. She's trying to give them a little boost. And right now she's putting the pressure on that ass. And you know she's packing. So watch what you do. The biggest story to come out of that was Lieutenant Dan, just a Florida man. Okay. A Florida man. Everybody knows what a Florida man is. On the boat, said he wouldn't leave. People were worried about this guy. Nobody wants to watch a fatality on live television. Okay. And I think they bought him like a new boat. And so he got like $100,000 for a new boat. Which, I don't know, whatever. You know, as a content creator, you get a little jealous. You're like, I'm busting my ass. Give me y'all jokes every day. Nobody's buying me a boat. Can somebody take me on a boat? I need a vacation. I'm burnt the fuck out. But I guess you have to put yourself in harm's way and almost die just to get a boat right out here. That's how hard it is to be a man. Women, since their 20s, they've been offered to go on boats. Men, we got to almost die, not take showers, not sleep in the middle of a hurricane just to get a new boat. It's just a joke. Just a joke. But I would like a new boat. I would like to be on a boat somewhere. Somebody take me on a boat. Last time I was on a boat, it was a disaster. I went to the Bahamas by myself. And then I went on the excursion or whatever it is. They say, I was the only single man on the boat. Families and couples and just a single man on a boat. That was my last boat ride. So almost as bad as Lieutenant Dan. We're pretty much the same. I felt like I was in a hurricane, in a natural disaster. All right, salute to him. So People are worried about Florida. Trump cares about no one. And let's talk about how he dissed Detroit. Okay, so Trump dissed Detroit. What's so funny about that is because all he knows how to do is diss people, right? He's a natural born shit talker. He can't stop shit talking. Like, he doesn't know how to talk like a regular person and have a mature conversation. So he dissed Detroit and said it was something about China. He was like, China ended up looking like Detroit or something like that. In Detroit. He was in Detroit and dissed Detroit because that's just his natural way of talking. And he doesn't know how to pull it back. So Gretchen Whitmer said, keep Detroit out your mouth, bitch. And people are like, these are hardworking, gritty people. And you're just acting like Detroit is just this, desolate, desert, sad place to be. Some of the best people in the world come out of Detroit. One of my favorite people, Eric Thomas. Yeah, I think he's from Detroit. Okay, Michigan, period. Flint, right? Rock stars. Eminem, obviously. The Pistons. Okay. One of the best cities in America, in the world. Detroit. Cars. Motown. Come on. And Trump went there and dissed Detroit. Okay. Highly black population. Right? Right? All black people come out of North Carolina, Georgia, and Detroit. It's a joke, obviously. But a lot of the black population has started out of Detroit. So why would you say that? Okay? You have to be aware as a president of how your words are being viewed. Okay? And there's certain jokes that you don't make as a president. Okay? You don't make fun of the hard times of a city. Okay? Detroit went through the ish. Everybody goes through the ish. Trump, guess what? You went through some bankruptcies. Okay? And so, is anybody saying, when people talk about bad business, they do refer to Trump. Okay? Anybody can make a bad deal. You could be like Trump. Okay? Anybody can go bankrupt and work a deal to slowly pay it back and be like Trump. Okay? So what it looks like is behind closed doors, you're like, Detroit, what a weak ass city. That's what it looks like. And they're not. They're the opposite. They're the backbone. You're talking about building up industrial work and all that. What do you think that's going to start? In Detroit. You need Detroit. Detroit doesn't need you. Okay? You want to start another strike? Okay? There's not going to be any labor workers. There's a lot of labor workers. I'm sure there's some unions in Detroit. And you dissing Detroit? Don't play with Detroit. And Detroit people don't like people like you. They don't like spoiled, private school, never had to work for anything, punks like you. These are guys who had to go to work in the cold. They got calluses on their hands, like I said before. They wear Timbs for work, not for fashion. And they go to work and they get things done so you can get your products that you want, whatever it is. Your car, your bed, whatever. And you're going to say, looking like Detroit. That's why Gretchen Whitmer said, don't let me get in your ass. Also, I just want to say a lot of businessmen came out of Detroit and we call them pimps. Okay? And it's in our blood. All right? Reason I'm able to do this podcast, I have to give the gap. Somebody in my family fucked somebody from Detroit. And that got passed down to my blood somehow. So shout out to Detroit. The hustlers. The best parties. The minks. All right? You got to get in where you fit in. And it's weird because they say, don't be a pimp, don't do crime. And then you read this story about TD Bank money laundering to cartels. Wow. And he's just like, what? A whole bank worth trillions of dollars. All banks are worth trillions of dollars. Okay? You have to have trillions of dollars when you have millions of people using your bank. Right? So they took a side eye to cartels putting money into their bank. Now, if you ever gone into a TD bank, it is a little rinky-dinky. You're like, is this bank really official? Right? It just seems like an off-brand bank to me. Right? I feel like out of all the banks, it's just like if you want to start your career out at TD Bank, that's the easiest place to get in. I feel like you could have used to been a criminal, but as long as you know good numbers and you can count money well, you could get a job at TD Bank. But it's wild, man. All types of penalties. They got to pay back billions of dollars, and obviously they're going to be monitored and have to restructure their whole banking system. But it's just wild because it's just like, how is the world really run? Okay. Is it run by these people that claim that they built things on their own and worked hard and went to school? Or is it just a bunch of drug dealers and PDFs? Okay. Every time I look up, it's not just a small little scandal. It's huge operations of PDFs, huge operations of trafficking, cartel operations, and one of the biggest banks in the world is involved. Is it in the world or in the country? 10th biggest bank in the country of the world. One of the other. Huge bank. Either way. And they're shaking hands with the cartel. It just makes you think, because it's like these things are so big and built, like they're never going to be taken down. So it's just like they have to work with them. And it's just like, do you think the government never knew? Who's the guy? Jarek Marlin, somebody. The guy that's supposed to look at this stuff. He had to know that this stuff is going on. It's just like, when do you go in? Are things actually going to be restructured, or is this just a slap on the wrist and say, hey, you took it too far? All right? It's scary. The cartels were using U.S. banks. Okay. Or was it a situation where a couple of guys up top got hit up by the cartels and was just like, hey, look the other way. We'll pay you millions of dollars to look the other way. Who knows? Crazy story, though, that I don't think enough people are talking about. I mean, it made the news. I picked it up, but that's pretty wild. Okay? This is Narcos in real life. You thought Narcos was over. It's still going on. That's the other things. The cartels are still here. And what's crazy is we're losing people, great actors. They want to do a little coke, and it's got fentanyl in it. And come to find out, you're using big banks, and you can't even get us good coke. So how are you using our banks and then giving us shitty coke? What's going on? So, I don't know. That's wild. That, a huge bank was working with the cartels and funding money laundering. How else do you money launder these days? What else do you buy? Sports teams? Sports is the only. That's the way to go if you're going to money launder. All right, don't use the banks. First of all, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to run a cartel, but I'm just like, why would you go through a government watched bank? You know what I mean? There's just so many laws and stuff they have to go through and checkpoints, Go through sports, go through betting, go through Vegas. So that's wild. TD Bank had to restructure. Then somebody brought up the fact that Wells Fargo went through their thing. And they were just making up stuff and making people go broke. Just adding interest on people's things. Part of the housing crisis, and it's just like, There are evil people winning and running your lives. While everybody's worried about the election, there's evil people winning and running your lives. Get somebody who's going to check these people, like Kamala Harris, who was an attorney general. That's all I have to say. Because there are sharks out here who don't care, who just look at you as a number and will use their power to ruin your life over something that you have to do as an everyday function. You got to use a bank. Everybody has to use banks, and these people running these banks are using you to get the stock up or whatever, and they don't care. Okay, so speaking of evil people running the world, Elon Musk has created robots that are supposed to do your chores, clean your house, $20,000 to $30,000 for the robots. This is real life Jetsons, people. Now, I think I saw a story a while ago where they're saying, like, the robots can eventually turn on you. They can get smart enough to turn on you. So this is the beginning of the end. I gave up a while ago. I was like, this is all going to shit. Everybody just cares about social media. But to add to that, to add more stuff into the end of the world pot, we got robots built by a psychopath who makes jokes about the vice president getting assassinated. 2 Chainz was talking to the robot, so I guess that'd be fun. 2 Chainz could teach the robot how to rap. So that now we're gonna have robot rappers. Okay, and I'm just like, for $20,000 to $30,000, you could pay somebody who needs the money, who's trying to keep their family afloat, or maybe start their life out, or somebody who just wants to work, and that's what they know how to do. There's people that are great at cleaning. There's people that are great at doing chores. All right? The guy on this podcast, not great at it at all. Okay? If you pay me $20,000 to $30,000, you would have to fire me. Just like Royce, there's fucking little pieces of lint and paper all over the place. And it's like, I'm not good at cleaning. Okay? Get somebody else to do it. Elon said, cool, I'll get a robot. First of all, if you're rich enough to buy a fucking robot, your house should already be clean. Okay. That means you got time on your hands. I don't know. That just freaks me out. I don't want to be talking to a robot and having a robot in my house. Would I like to talk to my refrigerator or freezer or something? Yeah. I hate fucking moving my hand. Would I like to Siri to be a little bit better? Not interrupting my music, but actually finding stuff I don't have to reach and look. Yeah, but whole chores, a whole robot in your house alone with your dogs and your children and your wife, I don't know if I'm cool with that. But yeah, there was a guy that's saying, like, Elon Musk is evil. If you haven't figured it out by now, the guy can't run a social media website. You think he can build a proper robot that won't destroy society? I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay. I'm negative on the robots. I'm no on robots. Okay. But I still have yet to use ChatGPT. So we'll see. I don't have enough money to buy a robot anyway. All right. That's a podcast today, man. We had fun. We talked a lot of ish today. I was in a pretty good mood, so it went well. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day. Bye.